Okay, hi everyone. This is video number 3 for your Buddhism GCSE revision. The topic, as you can see, is the Wheel of Existence. This is quite a complicated topic, so I'm actually going to break this topic down into two different videos. In the first video, what we're going to do is identify the key features of the Wheel of Existence. In the second video, we're going to explain why the Wheel of Existence is important to Buddhists and assess whether the Wheel of Existence helps us to understand life better. So here are our keywords. The first one, Nibbana, the state of perfect peace that follows the blowing out of desire. Now, Nibbana can be translated as enlightenment, but that definition on your screen right now is the one which the exam board would like us to be able to remember for the exam. Samsara is sort of, you can say, the opposite of Nibbana. It's the continual round of rebirth, birth, death and rebirth. So in other words, reincarnation, going round and round and round, and all the while experiencing suffering. Karma, literally it just means action. The way the exam board defines it is actions that affect this and future lives. So we're looking at this topic because it very well may come up in the exam. I have no idea, but it did in 2011. This question was asked: do you think the Wheel of Existence helps you to understand life? Now you need to give two reasons, two developed reasons, to get 4 out of 4, 100%. So on a scale of 1 to 10, you can ask yourself how confident you would feel about answering this question and getting 4 marks right now, and then we'll return to that in the second video and you can see what progress you've made. So the big question for this in the next video is what happens when we die. Christians, Muslims and Jews all believe that we have just one life on earth, and then after we die we're judged by God and then either go to heaven or hell. Well, Jews may some Jews may disagree about the idea of hell, but certainly Christians and Muslims believe in that idea. On the other side of this chasm, we have Buddhists, Hindus and Sikhs who all believe in reincarnation. So we've got a little picture here. You can see a skull, somebody dying there. There's a fetus, a baby being born, growing up, and then going on and on and on, lifetime after lifetime. So the Wheel of Existence is essentially a diagram of Buddhist beliefs about reincarnation. This is the Wheel of Existence, so we're going to take a little closer look at it now. So the first question you may ask yourself looking at this is, who's the frightening guy at the top, this figure here? This is Yama, the Lord of Death. He represents impermanence. Now you can take him symbolically, just being a symbol to represent death, or you can believe literally that there is such a being. It doesn't really matter. There is definitely the reality of death. We all know that. So everything within the wheel is held by the Lord of Death. So everything here is subject to birth and death and rebirth. If we look right at the centre of the wheel, this is what's turning the whole wheel round. We have 3 animals. And this reflects the Buddhist belief that beings are reborn again and again because of desire, hatred and ignorance. The rooster here represents desire, the snake represents hatred, and the pig represents ignorance. Now you may say to yourself, well, pigs are very intelligent animals, actually, even more intelligent than dogs. And that may be true, but this reflects Indian cultural beliefs about these animals, and it's just symbols anyway. So in Indian culture, a pig is considered to be ignorant because it wallows around in muck. Okay, the next layer outside that represents karma, cause and effect due to our actions. So over here we have beings going up because of good actions that they're performing, and here we have beings in the second semicircle here being led downwards to states of suffering because of bad actions that they have performed, negative actions. Now we're going to look a little bit closer at this wheel outside, this next layer, where we have different realms of existence. So here, first of all, we have the God realm. So this is how it's described. The God realm, the gods lead lives which are enjoyable, full of pleasure, and very long. However, they spend their entire lives just distracted by meaningless pleasure, and as a result when they come to the end of their lives, they're unprepared for their own death, and they've used up all of their good karma, so they suffer a great deal at the time of death. Here we have the demigods. The demigods have almost as much pleasure, it is said, as the gods, but they suffer from constant jealousy, and as a result they spend their lives fighting with each other, and also sometimes attacking the gods, who always, it is said, defeat them because the gods are more powerful. Then over here we have the human realm. So beings suffer from old age, human beings suffer from old age, sickness and death, as we know. However, this is the realm of existence which is believed to be the best for attaining enlightenment, because we're not totally overwhelmed by pleasure or pain most of the time. Yeah, there's a kind of mixture of pleasure or pain in a human's life. Then over here, so those three anyway are the higher realms of existence, and then we've got the three lower realms. So the animal realm, wild animals suffer from being attacked and eaten by other animals. Domestic animals suffer from being controlled by humans, so both experience suffering. Now, some domestic animals may experience a lot of pleasure in their life as well if they're looked after, but they don't have freedom. And it's said that you're reborn in the animal realm if stupidity or ignorance is the sort of main characteristic of your mind. If the main characteristic of your mind is pride, sort of self-cherishing, puffing yourself up, then it said you're reborn in the God realm. If jealousy is the predominant emotion in your mind, then you're reborn in the demigod realm. If attachment is the most the strongest emotion, then you're reborn in the human realm. And then over here we have the hungry ghost realm. It said that you're reborn in the hungry ghost realm if greed is the most the strongest characteristic in your personality. So if you look at this being here in the hungry ghost realm, they've got very skinny long necks and huge bellies. Basically that means that they can never be satisfied. So if they drink anything or eat anything, it can never fill up their tummy. And in a way that says something symbolically about the nature of greed. If you're greedy, you just want more and more and more, and it's never enough. So that's the hungry ghost realm there. And then the worst realm of all, we have the hell realm. Now there are hot versions of hell and cold versions of hell, and both of them are created, it is said, if anger is the anger and hatred is the strongest emotion within you when you die. So if you're totally overwhelmed with anger and hatred, then you're reborn in a state of intense suffering which seems to go on forever. Now you can take all of these literally, believe there literally is a place called hell, there literally is a place called the hungry ghost realm, or you can take them symbolically, meaning that they reflect states of mind. So if you are overwhelmed with anger, it is as if you are in a place which is, you know, on fire and surrounded by demons. If you are totally consumed by your own pride and self-cherishing, it's as if you're in the God realm, and there might be certain celebrities who are a little bit like that perhaps. Anyway, within all of these realms there is a Buddha, and this reflects the idea that the Buddha is compassionate and will take rebirth wherever he can be useful to beings. Also, outside the wheel itself, this is really important, the Buddha stands pointing the way to Nibbana, pointing the way to release from samsara. So that is the key features of the Wheel of Existence. We're going to give that the Mr. Powers tick. And it's now time to go and watch the second video on the Wheel of Existence.